Hello, and welcome to 4LittleBears. This week I was gifted a paper pack from an Amazon shop, and I already know that I love these papers. They're PanaLisa papers, and they are gorgeous. When I tell you they're absolutely beautiful, they are so pretty. I've used these papers before, but I've never gotten them from Amazon. And of course, the obligatory 7-minute kitty scritches before I can start anything. We'll get the manager seated over here so Mr. Martin can manage what we're doing. I got this from an Amazon Prime shop, so it came in 2 days. It was amazing. Again, I really love this paper. I've gotten it from other sources. It's very good paper. I would say it's thinner than Echo Park, but thicker than, say, a Walmart paper. I mean, for me, it's the perfect weight to do what we're going to do today. So again, I was gifted this paper pack to show you guys, and I will put the Amazon link where I got it down below. There are 2 of each design in this pack. When I say they are all so pretty, I actually like that these are one-sided because I don't have that guilt. So whenever I use one of the sides of paper, I don't really have that guilt of covering up the really pretty stuff on the other side. Yeah, it looks like the manager approved. So I got these little sticky notes from the dollar store, Dollar General. And normally when I do these, I take these apart at the colors. The first 2 colors are like a very slightly different yellowish orangish color, so they're kind of hard to separate. But yeah, I do like to separate the colors of these. I just think I can actually end up getting multiple gifts out of one pack. I'm going to kind of fly by the seat of my pants here, but I will put up the correct dimensions if you would like to do this yourself. But yeah, this is a really easy craft that you can do in under 30 minutes and have a nice little gift to give to someone, maybe an office friend. I just like to make sure these are the correct size. They are 3 by 3 like they should be. And I could probably get away with a weird measurement here for the spine, but I'm going to be nice to myself and make it a 1/2-inch spine. And I'm just measuring another one just to see. Yeah, definitely a 1/2-inch should be fine. I'm just using a little scrap piece of paper to figure out my measurements. I'm going to forget my 1/2-inch allowance, but it's okay. I'm going to put up the right measurements for you guys. So basically all I do to figure this out is I know that I need 3 inches plus 3 inches plus a ½ inch, but then I'm also going to need an allowance to go around that. So I'm going to say 3 1/4 plus 3 1/4 plus a half plus my seam allowance, which should be a ½ inch around all the sides. And it's going to give me the main pretty piece at 4 1/4 by 8 1/4 inches, and then my chipboard pieces at 3 1/4 square and 1/2 by 3 1/4. All right, add a ½ inch overlap to this measurement. I don't do this here, which means that I end up only having about 1/4 of an inch overlap. Not a big deal. I'll make it work. Now, ever since I saw this paper pack, this piece of paper in this paper pack, I had this idea of wanting to split this piece so that to split this piece kind of like a bookbinding coming around. And I'll need to do this somewhere anyway because it's 6 by 6 paper and I need 8 inches or 8 1/4 inches. So I'll need to do this anyway to end up with enough length. Right around here is where I realized it should have been 8 1/4. Whoops. We'll just make sure, we'll just add a little piece to the back too. And then it needs to be cut at 4 1/4, and that does include your ½ inch wraparound. If you saw my Facebook post, here was what I'm recycling. It is a a Bubly box, any soda can box, any kind of box that you have laying around. Chipboard, anything like that, thin piece of chipboard is going to work for this. I'm just going to go ahead and cut off a piece that's workable. And again, this is really thin cardboard type material, so I don't really need to use a different trimmer, but if yours is any thicker, if you're worried about your blade, I would just use an older blade for it. And then I'm just straightening out my piece to make sure that I can get nice straight cuts. Trying to figure out where the straight edge is. There we go. All right, so we're going to need 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and one that's 4 1/4 by a half. So I'm going to cut this whole slice at 4 1/4, and then I will cut off 4 1/4 once, and 4 1/4 twice. And my 1/2 inch. And you actually ended up with another 4 1/4 piece, so you can actually start another one out of there. Now this tool is not necessary. I will link it down below because it does make it easier, but it's definitely not necessary. Now because of my design here, I can't do a 1/2 inch flip, so I'm just going to end up with a little partial flip on this side because I don't want to lose my mushroom. But if you've cut yours correctly, then you'll have a 1/2 inch allowance. By no means does this have to be perfect at all. This is just going to help me straighten it up and show you how to use this tool. I've done it without. It's definitely doable without. Your spine piece is going to go about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch over, which is what that tool is providing me. Because I'm flying by the seat of my pants, I need to go ahead and cut that one side down so it's got its 1/2 inch allowance over there. And then what's cool about this tool is it has this little corner piece that you can kind of angle your corners at the perfect angle so that when you pull them in, you don't get weird corners. And don't skip this step. This just helps your paper fold over. You're going to want to take your bone folder and kind of run along the edge of all of your cardboard pieces so that it doesn't crack when you fold it. Now this paper does not crack. I really, really like this paper. It will not crack when you wrap it around. It is the perfect paper for doing something like this. And I'll just kind of score it and fold it around before I try to add the glue. Then all I gotta do is glue those around. So I'm using Barely Arts glue here. You could use art glitter glue. You could use anything you like. Those are the two I would recommend. Barely Arts is probably my new favorite. Art glitter glue used to be, but I'm kind of converted now to Barely Arts glue. And I do put mine, I've tried the Barely Arts tips, I've tried the art glitter glue tips. Nothing to me works better than these little cheap, they were so cheap, these little cheap needle nose bottles. I'll see if I can figure out where I got these because I don't remember if I got them on Amazon or if I had gotten these off of Temu or AliExpress. I don't remember. I will look for that link. Go ahead and score and burnish that around. And I'm just checking here. Because I'm going to glue these down, I don't really need it to go all the way across. If you wanted yours to go all the way across, I'm going to give you the measurement, but I'm just going to make mine go 6 inches across. It'll be plenty. So many pretty papers here to choose from. I did not know which one I wanted for the inside. They were all too pretty to choose. I have an idea to use those as cutouts. Here again, just checking that I've got enough to go all the way across. But yeah, 6 inches should be plenty. If you want it to go all the way across, it needs to be 3 1/4 by 7 1/4. I'll just glue this all the way down. Of course, you could use tape here. You could use anything you want. And then I'm going to glue this down. You could always do this a different way, but I'm going to just glue it down, sticky side down. Just kind of centering it. Again, I'm just going to help that fold a little bit with my bone folder. Now this paper I can crease. If I were doing this with Echo Park or Cartabella, I would not probably try to crease that anymore because it would crack. This paper, like I said, it does not crack. It is perfect for this. Now this was my initial plan. I want to make a little tuck place where I can tuck some little pieces in and put this cute little ribbon around it. Just going to measure how much I need. And then I'm going to do it the other way around because I want my little embellishment in the front to cover that up. Unfortunately, I don't have all of the embellishments done, but at least this part is. I shouldn't say done, they're done now, but they weren't in the video. Now, I left mine a little loose. You should probably tighten that up tighter, depending on what you're going to want to tuck in there. I'll glue down the entire front and just leave that back open so that you can tuck things in there. And again, I left mine too loose. Should probably make it tighter. Now for my main little embellishment, I do show you this. It is a little wooden heart. I think I got these from the Dollar Tree. And then I just colored them in with Copic markers and put a little brown around the edge and the color in the middle. I think it turned out really cute. Like I said, unfortunately, I did not get this completely filmed. I had to leave, but here's how it turned out. Those are my little tuck places. I actually cut out little cutouts from the other paper piece for my little tuck-ins. So those are also part of the paper pack. And then for the front, I found these little keys at Walmart and just a little piece of twine to finish out that heart. And that is all. Again, I've got the Amazon shop linked below. Go check that out. They have gorgeous papers, and I am happy to review them. I hope y'all had a good time. I hope you guys had fun. As always, guys, have a great week and stay blessed.